Wednesday, November 25th, 2020. I am James, you are you, and we are here for another edition of At Home with James. It was about 48 hours ago. Now, if you're watching, yes, I'm aware there's some technical difficulties on Twitch. And why is that? Well, it's probably because we're so used to getting started at about 9:05. There, we're back in business. I crouched down to fit into the screen, and now we're back. A couple nights ago, I was talking about how there seems to be this common agreement that has been made amongst the show and the audience. We started late once, so everyone started showing up late. We want to start on time, but everyone shows up late because of that one time we started late. And tonight, I made a promise on Instagram. If you follow at Home with James on Instagram, you saw that tonight was listed as we start at 9:00 p.m. sharp. I didn't care if there was 0 people watching at 9, 5 people watching at 9, 30 people watching at 9, or the 4 people that we have right now. I was determined to start on time. Why? Because we have to change the culture. And what does changing the culture mean? It's about changing everything that has to do with when this show starts. Why would I advertise it to start at 9:00 when sometimes we start at 9:04, 9:05, 9:06? Real Sid Rock. Oh, James actually did start on time. I missed the beginning. If you're just tuning in, what did you miss? A technical difficulty right off the top. It's almost like Dimitri's teching tonight, but he isn't. It's almost like the ghost of Dimitri's technical bloopers, blunders, and boners haunt our technical director booth every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. They no longer happen when it's only Dimitri. It has infected each and every one of our techs. What is happening on tonight's show? Well, we are literally a month away from Christmas, and I have booked one of the biggest Christmas creatures. I don't know why I use the term creatures for tonight's show, but I'm a bit of a Christmas creature myself. And what does it mean to be a Christmas creature? Well, I'm sure you've heard the term a creature of habit. And that's what this person is. That's what I am. Monika Schneider is going to be here to talk about her Christmas tree because, of course, earlier in the week, I presented my Christmas tree by way of the Amadeus 180. Now, if you weren't here, let's take a look at my Christmas tree once again. Let's fire up the Amadeus 180. Great. It has been activated. And as you can see, my Christmas tree is still lit. It's looking twinkly, it's looking shiny, and it's looking beautiful. That's my Christmas tree. Later on tonight, we will be talking to Monika Schneider about her Christmas tree. Also joining us is going to be the one and the only Carla Mah, much later on. We've got a 2-guest show tonight. Now, you might be asking yourself, James, what are you going to do? Fill all this time. Usually you got 3 guests. You're talking about this, that, and the other with all sorts of people. You got 2 guests. You're going to have to fill time. Well, if you were tuned into my Instagram at It's James McGee, I made a promise because I noticed something in the chat on Monday, courtesy of Real Sid Rock, saying that James never looks at the chat. Now, why would he say that? Well, I'm going to tell you why he would say that, because I say it all the time. Yeah, that's right. I'm not one of these typical Twitchers who sits for an hour in front of their camera, just staring at the chat, waiting for someone to acknowledge me so I can in turn acknowledge them. I like to keep the show rolling. I think I'm a bit of a visionary on this website, if I do say so myself. But in order to rectify what I have done and the accusations that have been flying in the chat room about me, tonight, I'm going to be filling time by engaging with the chat. I'm not going to do it yet. I'm not doing it yet. You would know if I was doing it because my eyes would be veering over to the chat. And it's only happened once since this show began. but I am going to engage. I'm going to interact a little bit later on. So this is what I want to have done in the chat. I want you to give me some stuff that I can work with. This is going to have to be a two-way street, okay? You can't just say, James, he didn't look at us. You got to give me something to look at. I need to be inspired. I need to have something that stimulates me and excites me. So if you're out there in the chat, whether you've got a username or you're lurking, hit me with your best shot because I will talk and talk and talk. I've done this damn show for an hour on my own. You don't think I can engage with the chat? Give it to me, baby. I want to see what you've got. But before we do that, I want to welcome our first guest. She is a Christmas creature, as I mentioned. I don't like that name. I'm going to change that. I got to come up with another one. It needs to be with a C, though. Something with a C. Anyways, let's welcome Monika Schneider to the show. Monika, how's it going?
Hey, James.
Monika, thank you for being here tonight.
Had to ring it in, Carol of the Bells style. One of my faves.
I have to ask, how long did it take to? Yes, cheers. How long did it take to choreograph that, or was that all improvised?
It's all improv, baby. All improv. Keeping it alive. Keeping it.
Yeah.
Fresh,
Well, I have to ask because it came up prior when we were chatting in the queue.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're drinking eggnog. Is it spiked?
Yay. Yay. That's yes in old-timey English. And speaking of old-timey, I was inspired by your Monday attire, inspired by Tiny Tim.
Thank you.
And
well,
so
some people said it was Tiny Tim. Some
Oh.
people said Tiny Tim. I just looked at it as Dickensian. Taylor McMillan likened me to Tiny Tim because she called me pathetic and little.
Well, let me tell you, you're none of those. But I'm dressed as Tiny Tina. Tiny Tim's lesser known younger sibling.
Yeah.
I'm not famous because I wasn't in a storybook, James. I wasn't. But I'm younger, so I am tinier. Yeah.
Monika, how many glasses of eggnog have you had tonight?
Just this.
Okay. You're pacing yourself.
I'm pacing myself.
Well, thank you for the laugh. It's
No problem.
I think that it's frankly pretty rare that a guest can make me laugh with that type of velocity that early on in a segment.
So nice. So nice.
I don't know why it's really cracking me up. Monika, I want to thank you not only for being here tonight, but also for bringing your Christmas tree with you.
Oh my gosh. I mean, we've been chatting. I remember about how early we put it up, which too soon. You know, anytime once November 1st hits, I'm like, that's the right time.
Okay,
so,
you're ready to rock and roll on November 1st. So when did your tree go up?
This went a bit later because I was in Ottawa visiting family for a few weeks. So I actually just put this up yesterday.
Okay.
And aren't I glad? Because little did I know I'd be doing your show and I would have just been hiding under a rock if my tree wasn't up.
Well, look, I'm
I was
glad
on your
that,
show.
I'm glad. I'm glad that you there's something Christmassy cosmic in the air that let you know it's time to go up.
Cosmic energy. You know?
Let's talk about this tree for a second now. How tall is this tree?
I mean, well, let's see. I'm not really sure. Maybe I'm 5'3".
Okay.
So, I mean, what, 6'3", maybe 6 foot?
Okay, so we have similar sized trees. I've got a 6'5" back here.
So do I.
Yours is very classy. This is a very classy tree. This is something that you would see in the Bay, I feel.
I mean, that's great.
Well, I'm glad. Now, I'm assuming you put that tree up alone.
I did. It was a job. And I heard it took you about 3 hours to do yours. I'd say it was about the same for me. I mean,
Monika,
it's 3 large pieces and it's in the basement in my storage room. I'm taking it up.
Wait, hold on. That's a fake tree?
It's a fake.
Okay, I thought
it's a good one, right?
Yes, this fooled me because I thought absolutely that was a real tree. Yes, take a bow. We applaud for your artificial tree. Mine is also artificial. Now,
we're artificial friends.
Yes, we're artificial,
but not
friends.
in a bad way.
Not in a bad way. No, it's artificial in the sense that we can only communicate virtually now because I don't envision many real life hangouts for the next, let's say, 3 to 5 months. So this is about as artificial as it gets. Now, I want to talk about
the tree. Okay, like you're my real friend. For all those out there who are like, I can't believe she said that. Yeah. So realsies all the way. Z's.
Yes, it is for realsies. It's true. Yes. I want to talk about cheers. I'm having some non-alcoholic tap water.
Oh, should I, while we're on the tree, just show you some of my favorite decorations?
I would love nothing more.
Great. Like, who doesn't need one of these?
Okay, so you like a classic nutcracker?
Classic nutcracker. You know?
Yeah. That one also has my beard from 5 years ago.
Oh, yes. And maybe your hair too?
Oh, yeah. My hair was often very...
when it was long?
Yeah, when it was long and ratty and tattered.
That's it.
Yeah.
Ratty and tattered. Kind of like Tiny Tim.
Yes, kind of like Tiny Tim. Okay,
then
so we got
who doesn't want a Santa Claus, you know? This is a hand-painted one.
Yeah, this Santa looks a little mischievous.
Well, aren't we all? And I mean, who doesn't like the ballet, James?
Well, I mean, I've never been to the ballet, but I know that the classiness and the elegance of a ballet figurine, I think, works perfectly well with a Christmas aesthetic.
You know, I do too. And I guess I'll end with a red shoe.
A red shoe. Okay, so this works well.
You know,
you're a very fashionable person. So I'd like to think that people would like to put a personal touch on their tree. You've got the red shoe. I've got a variety of Coca-Cola figurines. I've also got an ornament that just has my own name on it, which feels a little egomaniacal, but it's there.
It's not. You know what? You know what's in the same vein, James? Let me just do a flipperoo.
Yep.
Who's on my tree? Myself.
Okay. So wait, let's go back to that picture.
I want to be on the tree.
Yeah, can we go back to that picture? Yeah, can we go back to that let's really get like a good glimpse of this. So
it's
this
old.
is just,
I mean,
now are you holding a glass of wine in the picture?
It's a glass of espresso.
Oh, it's a glass of espresso. Yeah. Okay, so this is just hilarious due to just how normal the picture is.
Well, there's a story, James. Okay. So I'm not the only one on my tree. When I was in New York, there was a Christmas that I couldn't come home. So my mom made those for me, and it's every face of everyone in my family, including me, so that my family was all hanging on my tree. And I still put them up every year. So my brother's on there, my grandma, my parents. Yeah. I just thought it was apropos since you had one with your name. You know what?
It was very apropos, but I wish that I also had the rest of my family on the tree, but it's just me.
That's okay.
It's just me, and there might be people watching this right now who, given that information, it is affirming any type of negative feeling they might have about me.
Oh, no, it's Christmas.
Yeah, I like
no negativity allowed.
That's a good reason for anything. If anyone's just like, that James, he's kind of an egomaniac. Oh, come on. It's Christmas.
Exactly.
To get me out of any loophole. So, Monica, you were visiting your family recently.
I was. Yes, it was great.
Okay. Yeah, it was great. I was going to ask. Wonderful. I was going to ask off the air, but I wanted to save it in case we got some fun stuff. But how long did you spend with them?
I was there 2 weeks. And my main reason for going, although I love all my family, but normally I'd only go at Christmas, is that my sister finally got across the border with her husband. She lives in Brooklyn with her new baby, and she's staying for 3 months in Ottawa with my parents for them to help with the baby and all that. So I was meeting my nephew for the first time. So that was,
and how was that?
Wonderful. It was amazing. I mean, it's a baby. What a cutie.
Well, yeah, I'll be honest. I don't, despite what some people might have said about me on this show, I don't dislike babies, but I don't feel that when I see a baby, I get excited by them, because I think
who I think you would be excited by?
Your nephew.
Baby Jesus.
Baby G.
Huh? He was born on your favorite day, James.
It's true. It is Christmas. So if there's one baby that I could walk into a room or perhaps a manger and be immediately inspired to goo goo gaga with, it would be baby Jesus.
Baby J.
Yeah, baby J. That finally we found a baby that I could actually become excited by. Yeah. Monica, you're destroying me right now. Please.
Yeah, you go.
No, I insist. You.
I was just going to take a wild random turn, but we can still talk about Ottawa if you want.
Well, let's take a wild random turn.
It's not that crazy, but I had a few responses to some of the things on your Monday show.
Okay.
That I just wanted to share. Okay. So I don't know if you recall all of these, but I just wanted to reply and say there is a store that sells only ribbons. It's called Makuba, and it's in New York on the Fashion Strip. And it's a trim store, and it's every type of ribbon, holiday, long, short, plaid, expensive, but some great ribbons all the time.
Now, of course, this is in response to, if you weren't here on Monday, I thought that a friend of the show, Taylor McMillan, worked at a ribbon store in which she responded by, I don't know, some type of judgmental ribbing towards me. So I'm glad to know that these types of stores do exist, and I'm not being foolish. Okay. What else?
Number 2 is I wouldn't mind listening to Michael Bublé 24/7, especially this time of year, particularly his Christmas album.
Yes, his Christmas album is very good. I think that his cover of All I Want for Christmas Is You, popularized by Mariah Carey, is a slowed down, smoother interpretation of the song.
Agreed. Now, my third and final point is if you wanted to inject 12 cc's of the Christmas holiday into someone, I think you could do it with one of these.
Okay, so
my holiday treats, James.
Anyone who does not follow Monika Schneider on Instagram, Monica's been posting some of these baked goods. Now, these are let's go down the murderer's row one by one. We've got, I believe.
Should I flip the
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get wild with this.
Well, the big guy up top is the classic caramel popcorn ball. It's right now in saran wrap to keep it fresh. They're about 3.5 inches large and quite chewy and fresh, fun for everyone. Inspired by an old lady a block away who used to give them away at Halloween. And that was the only time I've ever tasted them. And my memory of it told me I had to try to make them for myself.
This might be the only treat that begins with the descriptor inspired by an old lady down the street.
Exactly. Next, we have chocolate coconut macaroons.
Now, these look moist. Am I correct in saying that?
They're good. Yeah. They're baked, but you bite in and it's got a nice moist center for sure. And this was inspired by my university residence floor friend, my best friend. Her mom would send her these in a care package, homemade. Loved them. Never had them since. And this holiday was really about what treats have I liked and why have I never tried to make them for myself? So COVID's been a perfect time for that. Last but not least, the lemon bar. I mean, classic shortbread crust, pure lemon squeezed juice with sugar and then icing sugar on top. Again, just neighbors used to bring them to us. And I'm like, why don't I just make this for myself?
Yeah. Now, and how easy was it to make all of these things? Was it one of those situations where you did it and you were like, you know what? Easy peasy. I can do this every year or any time that I want.
All of them were pretty simple. I'd say the longest was the popcorn balls because it was a lot of popcorn in 8 big bowls around the house. And then I had to wait for the caramel to cool a bit to be sticky enough. Yeah. And then pour it and slowly do these balls and butter my hands. It just was a long process. Yeah. It was kind of fun. Food, arts, and
that part sounds not appealing to me, is buttering up your own hands.
Yeah.
I don't like touching a lot of food. I don't like touching meat, uncooked meat. So the idea of buttering up my own hands, at first I was like, maybe I'll give this a try. And then you said that and I thought, is it?
Well, it's think of it as a little bar of soap. And, you just a little bit and in you go.
Think of it like a bar of soap. I'm about to engage with the chat for the first time, and it seems like I'm not the only McGee that does not engage with the chat as often. because my mother is engaging with the chat right now, and she is regaling at your lemon bars, Monika.
Oh, does she want the recipe? Because I'll send it.
She's never going to bake
free.
them. She's not. Well, I know. I think you should charge her. If you're going to send it, charge her. Let's be fair here. My mother's good for it, I think.
Oh my Lord. That's, I'm happy to send any of these to anyone. And
there you go. Okay. So what?
But there is like times like, for example, the lemon bars, there was lots of steps that were easy, but more complex, like wait for this to chill for an hour, then add it to this, bake at separate times, then combine, but it was easy to do.
Now I first took notice of these treats that you put together on your Instagram account, and I was so taken by the images that I did something I very rarely do on Instagram.
Did you like it?
Which, well, I'm a liker, but I went
I
so
said
far.
Lick, but like is great too.
You know what? If you send them to me, I'll do it all. I will do it all. But I commented on the picture. Very rare that I do this.
I think I saw that, and I think I liked it.
Yeah, all I wrote was, wow.
Yeah.
That's how blown away that I was by these images.
Well, now, I bring you a lovely plate of them, if I
whole plate of treats?
Yeah.
Wow. It really is Christmas.
It is, yeah.
Now, Monika, I want to ask, what are the plans for the holiday season this year? Are you going to go back to Ottawa for Christmas, or so you're going to be embracing the edict that has been passed on, which is, if you're going to do it, take the proper precautions. Do you feel guilty about it at all?
No, I mean, I quarantined for 2 weeks. I did that already, and I'll do it again. No problem. Yeah. And so I don't think there's anything to feel guilty about.
Yeah. And you know what? I want to speak to that. Now, I think that perhaps people are quick to judge those spending Christmas with their family. I think it's because of the protocol that our government has passed on, which is do a mini quarantine. It's not even a quarantine. They're just like, well, maybe for 7 days before and after. But I think if you're taking the proper precaution, don't, be righteous towards people. Right. I don't actually want to do the isolating part. So
understandable.
I'll probably just spend Christmas alone due to my, it's fine. It's fine. I've got a lot of trees here.
That's good.
Yeah. But I think that if you're doing things in an appropriate way, we don't know what people's story is. What if this is some people's last time to see Grammy and Grampy for Christmas?
Right? Yeah. But, I guess everyone's different, no judgment to anyone who might be judging me.
Yeah. Yeah. And if they are, you know what I say? Sit on it and twist. I say, take a hike, hit the road, Jack. I only talk in old timey 50s insults. Right.
That's it.
Now, I want to continue with this Christmas trend here. I want to touch on music a little bit, but I don't want us to go. You brought up Michael Bublé earlier. Now, did you put Christmas music on as you were decorating your tree or doing your baking?
Yes, both. Yeah. Everything, all the time. Do I put it on when I get dressed in the morning? Yes. Do I put it on to wash my hands? Yes. It's always on. I love it.
Now, Monika, I have to ask you, are you being facetious, or is this true? Are you first thing in the morning? You know what? A little bit of both.
Some days yes, some days no.
I've got it on almost from top to bottom of the day. I usually take a bit of a break in the afternoon because at a certain point I can't hear Last Christmas. There's that one they played a lot. So because I'm listening to it on a radio station, and I think the break is necessary so you can get a second wind into the evening. As soon as the show's done, I'm going to turn it back on.
I dig it. And I make a big, massive Christmas mix that I kind of just replay over and over. And it's a mix of like Bing Crosby and some Simon and Garfunkel, like all sorts of people doing different things.
Yeah.
And you know what my favorite Christmas song is?
Okay, here we go. Let's hear it.
I mean, besides I Want Christmas by Dimitri Vegas.
Yeah, right. Yes, of course. I Want Christmas Tonight. What a banger that song was.
But second to that would be The Drummer Boy. I mean, James, it gets me every time. Like the lyrics, like, I'm a poor boy too. I have no gift to bring. I played my drum for him. I played my best for him.
Yeah.
Then the kicker, he smiled at me.
That feels like my story this holiday season, but without the musical talent. Yeah. I can tell it's really hit you in the feelings.
Time, it surprises me every time I hear it. I tear up, but I'm like, really? I'm still tear up to this, but I love it. I love it.
Okay, so I feel like in the coming weeks, and I mentioned this off air, Monika, I would like for you to return.
Oh, I'd love it.
So we can continue. I need all the Christmas creatures. I need a new name. I don't like this creatures thing. It's a little too spooky. It's too Halloweenish. Christmas.
We'll figure something out.
Christmas Keeners.
Great.
There we go. The Christmas Keeners. I need to put together a roster of Christmas Keeners who can return to the show so we can discuss movies, music at length, gifts, memories of good and bad gifts, re-gifting things. Oh man. Great Christmas stories, bad Christmas stories.
I've got so much to share.
So it means we have to do this, Monika.
Yeah. And I just started my Christmas movie marathon yesterday. And there's a lot of them that will I get to them all? We'll see.
This is what I'm inspired by in terms of your Christmas dynamic is you're very freewheeling, where I impose a lot of strict rules onto myself because I don't want to do everything too fast.
So are you like today, I'm only allowed movie 1 through 3. I don't get to touch 4 until 2 days later.
I'm going to tell you something. I don't even start until December.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it.
But maybe I need to start throwing caution to the wind and going. Some stores I won't even look at the Christmas section because it's like, what am I going to do in the middle of December? I haven't been to the Bay yet, and I'm going to have to go.
James, I have a small challenge that I'll throw your way.
Please.
Which is no rules. Okay. Go to the store, watch the movies.
Yep.
Whatever you want. Like if you feel like doing it, do it. You know why? Because then you might get to discover what comes next.
Wow. So you're saying I can create a new tradition by exercising? So. Okay.
If all the stuff that you'd saved for mid to end of December, maybe you get through it and it's only December 10th or 15th.
Yeah.
Yes, it could go either way. You could be like, this is the worst thing I ever did. What do I do with myself?
Yeah.
But it could also be, oh my God, I'm going to try X, Y, and Z that I never did. Or I don't know.
You're right. And this is
really
the thing. By Christmas, I often say I waited too long and I didn't even do certain things.
See?
I'll tell you why. Before we wrap up, I'll tell you why I'm specifically
like
strict
a gift?
This year.
Wrap up like a gift?
Wrapped up like a gift, but inside the gift, it's full of anxiety and nerves. And that's because there are so many things that we cannot do for Christmas this year. So I think I'm trying to stagger a lot of the smaller things and then turn them into bigger things. So going to the Bay, going to, my God, Canadian Tire.
Set yourself free.
So you think set myself. So here's, okay, I have a question. I need some advice.
Yeah.
The Atwater Market Village de Noël opens tomorrow.
You be there.
Okay, this is what I'm worried about. Someone has already told me we should go. And by someone, I mean Dave Kaufman's wife said, we're going tomorrow. My instinct is it's too early. There's still 4 more weeks. We go once, we're not going to go back. Or do we?
Why not?
I've got a lot of problems.
I think you might.
Okay. So you're saying that I need to loosen up a little. I got to loosen up.
I think so.
It's like I got Santa Claus's reindeer reins just
and it's coming from the right place. It's from the heart of holiday spirit that just wants to, enjoy it the way how, and you don't want to, use it all up. So it's coming from the right place. But I think it could be even more awesome if you just, go with it.
I probably should. You're right. So maybe tomorrow I'm going to go to the Christmas Village.
I mean, I say go for it. But, no judgment if you fall back into
no judgment. Ways. This is it's judgment-free Christmas.
Judgment-free. Yeah.
Monika, before I let you go, I have to tell you that without hyperbole, this is one of my favorite interviews or segments in the history of this show. And I may have laughed. Someone is going to tell me who watches every show. I suspect someone will tell me I've never seen you laugh that many times in one segment.
Oh my gosh, I'm so honored to have been part of it.
So am I. Yes, so
As am I, Tiny Tina.
Yeah, Tiny Tina, thanks so much for being here, and let's get you back soon so we can continue. Great. I need put 20 cc's right there of Christmas spirit.
Oh, you got it. Coming up.
yeah, yum, num, num, num. Monika, thanks so much, and we'll talk soon.
Sounds great, James.
That was Monika Schneider. Guys, I'm beside myself. I was laughing from start to finish, and I'll be honest, top of this show, that little technical snafu, it rattled me. This is something that I have discussed with my technical team, and they say, James, if there's something off the top, you can't get rattled. Frankly, I'm very difficult to rattle. But if there's no audio, if the video's a little wonky, if my lighting is weird, and I'm going to be honest, I'm paranoid about my lighting tonight. Months ago, I bought a ring light. I've been wanting to use it. I use it. I can't tell if I look yellow or not, or if I'm overexposed. For those of you not in the entertainment business, overexposed means too much light. Anyways, before I engage with the chat, right over here, you remember that from Monday? It's James the Christmas Crow that was discovered at the tree lighting. It had been stuck in my box of Christmas goodies for 12 months. This crow is thriving and striving right now. So everyone in the chat, that's James the Christmas Crow, just leaning up against the wall, just like his owner. Anyone who knows me knows I love a good lean. And that's what James the Christmas Crow is doing right now. So what we're going to do, as promised, is I'm going to engage with the chat. And one thing that I noticed much earlier on from Sid Rock, he says, I decided a while ago that the rare times James does acknowledge the chat, I shouldn't be snarky about it. Thanks again, James. Sid Rock, I want to tell you something. I like your style, man. You stay snarky, especially when Dave Kaufman is on this show. I want you to rattle this guy. I want you to take him off his high horse that he rides in on every show. Real Sid Rock, I like your style. You're not snarky at all. I'm engaging. I'm engaging with the chat here, so I'm waiting for some stuff. Here we go. Naive Adventures. James, you broke your Christmas rules when you had your knee period because you watched a romantic comedy only because it had a Christmas theme. This is true. I watched a Hallmark Christmas movie at the beginning of November. But the caveat being that while they are advertised as Christmas movies, I look at them as a crappy romantic comedy with Christmas as a backdrop. Does that count as me breaking the rules or bending my own rules? You decide, not me. Ring light strong. I got to tell you something. Not only am I ring light strong, Sid Rock, I am also currently ringworm strong. I wish that I had the technical capabilities to show, I was going to say show off, but that might not be the operative word, really show some of my ringworm on this show. Right now, my calves, they look like they've been decorated by bright red Christmas ornaments. This ringworm is back with a vengeance. One busy lizard, that crow is looking great. Bro, I agree. Look at that thing. That thing is leaning up against the wall. That ain't only James the Christmas Crow, that's James the Cool Crow. A lot of people probably out there saying, should a crow just be kind of leaning up against the wall? Yes, that's the answer. It's a cool Christmas crow. Once again, one busy lizard. Does engage with the audience segment means you don't have enough guests? I went over this off the top. The answer is yes. That's exactly what engage with the audience means. I'm open. I don't lie to my audience. I'm not the type of guy who comes out here and throws fibs left and right, up and down. Off the top of the damn show, I said, I only booked 2 guests tonight. Joe Conto was supposed to be here. He bailed because his Wi-Fi is bad. I thought Dale Bernier was the bad Wi-Fi guy. It's Joe Conto. So what did I do, one busy lizard? I'm filling up time by engaging with you, the lovely Twitch audience. I thank you for that. And that's exactly what engaging with the audience means. Not enough guests. Well, We're going to move on to our second and final guest this evening. Don't worry. I'll engage afterwards. Coming up right now, the one, the only. You love her. I love her. I'd be nothing without this person. I would love to hire this person to be in charge of my life, to tell me when I got to get some new dish soap, everything. This person should be my boss. Let's welcome Carla Mah to the show. Carla, how's it going? Carla, we all heard you laughing off air. It's okay to laugh. I was laughing earlier. You see me out there with Monika?
Oh, I did.
Yeah, what'd you think of that? I was laughing up a storm.
Funniest guess ever.
That was an all-timer.
Killed me, top to bottom. Everything from hello to goodbye. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Huh.
Now, Carla, I mentioned this after that segment. Mm-hmm. You've been here. You've been through the ringer on this show. You've seen a lot.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen me laugh that many times in a segment? I don't know if I have.
I'm trying. I think we gotta ask Sid.
Well, let's put, okay, I'll engage a little more. If you're out there, you let me know. Was that the most I've ever laughed in a segment?
I think it might have been, but yeah.
Carla, I got to tell you something. That segment made me feel feisty.
It made me feel feisty.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not feisty often on this show.
I don't know what it is. It was like the nog or something.
It might be. I might be. It's like what is it when you get a contact high when someone's smoking drugs? I think I may have gotten contact
tipsy.
It works that way. Hold on. Let's back up for a second here. Okay. I think it might be. Now, far be it for me to make proclamations about myself, but I think sometimes it's obvious when I'm doing the show. I think people might be able to tell, I think James he's in a bit of a mood tonight.
Sometimes maybe, but sometimes I think it's just all in your head.
You're really destroying my image of myself here. Monika was on. She was so nice to me. It is like what we call in the comedy world a poop sandwich. Taylor was mean to me, then Monika was nice, then you're mean to me. So we're just it's the reverse poop sandwich.
Mm-hmm. Shit on the outside, party on the inside, you know?
Yeah, that was my that's my LinkedIn title profile. Carla, it looks like you're coming to us from an absolutely magical Christmas wonderland.
Oh yeah. This is embarrassing. So I'm only here because I went to the wrong Christmas tree for the Christmas tree lighting episode. I was supposed to be there because I was supposed to be serving hot chocolate with the marshmallows. Mm-hmm. Remember we talked last week all about that. Mm-hmm. And I got lost along the way. I was following a light, this light at the top of the tree, and that's gotta be it.
Okay, so I was wondering where you were on Monday. You missed everything. You missed the tree lighting. You missed Tiny Dave. You missed Dimitri's song, "I Want Christmas" for Christmas.
From the chat, and I was like, oh, maybe I took a wrong left turn somewhere.
Yeah. So where the hell are you?
I'm not sure, but I think I gotta check out the little quaint town down the hill.
Okay, well, are you cold?
I got a lot of layers on.
Yeah. And where's the music coming from?
Oh, I'm playing that through my satellite setup, okay?
So you got it, yeah. Very convincing.
Really?
Yeah, it was very convincing. Can you take us through what you're noticing? Is there any wildlife?
Oh, yeah, there's been wildlife. I've had to, Sorry, I think.
Yeah.
There might be something in the bushes.
Yeah, is this a cue for me to stall here?
No.
Okay. Well, while you're taking care of stuff, don't forget to join us this Friday night at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where Steph Mercier-Voyer will be here, Connor Rose will be here, and coming out of American Thanksgiving, United States, born and raised, Thomas Barnwell will be here. It's Black Friday on At Home with James. Carla, what are you noticing out into the distance?
I see some movement in the trees.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did you find a Christmas crow?
I don't think it's a crow. Oh, right. You have a new buddy.
James the Christmas crow.
That's
Check him out. What do you think? Just hanging up against a wall.
I love crows. Crows and I go way back. I have a special connection to crows.
What?
Actually. For
okay,
realsies.
Tell me more.
Okay. I don't know if I really want to get into it. But
okay, so do we not get into it? Should we just bring it up and then walk away from it?
I have this weird rock with crow on it. Crows mean a lot to me, actually.
Okay, so it sounds like that.
I want to get into it. It's too.
You know what? I almost feel like I should just put this sucker in a box and mail him out to you.
Don't do that.
He's been living in my Christmas tree box for a year now. Look at this thing. You couldn't find a healthier bird.
No, it's okay. You leave the bird where it's supposed to be, closer to.
All right. Well, Carla, I'd like to chat with you while you're here because earlier on in the day, I made a great proclamation, and I do this somewhat periodically. I announced that I was going to have a programming announcement.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And anytime I've advertised it, it's always been, I think, a pretty good announcement, whether it's we're moving the show to Twitch.
Oh, that was so exciting.
We're going to be doing Saturday, Sunday shows.
Oh, right. Yeah,
we're adjusting the show schedule. We're going back. Yeah, we're going back to Mondays was an announcement. So.
Oh, true. Yeah. Oh, wow.
So in the spirit of the Saturday, Sunday shows, I talked about it the other night. This Saturday night is Dave Kaufman's birthday bash episode. There's going to be some surprises that Dave is not ready for.
What? Are you good surprises?
That's going to be for Dave to decide.
Okay.
But Dave will be here. Hell, I might even make him tech his own birthday show.
Really?
That's just the type of guy I am. So that's this Saturday night at 9:00. But that's not the big announcement.
It isn't?
It isn't the big announcement. I hope you're sitting down.
Yeah, I'm sitting.
Okay, so in a week from tonight,
oh God,
there's going to be another special episode of this show. Don't go anywhere. Carla, don't go anywhere. Just stay right there. Yeah. Come on back. Carla, come on back. Carla, come on back. We need you here. Come on, Carla. You're the closer tonight. You're the closer.
Okay.
I knew that would do it. Carla, in a week from tonight at 9:00 Eastern Standard Time, but more importantly, 6:00 Pacific Standard Time, I would like for you to tell me what day it is a week from tonight.
A week from tonight, it is Britney Spears', Lucy Liu's, and Nelly Furtado's birthday.
But they share a birthday with who? And here's a hint. That person is on the show right now.
Oh my gosh. Is that your Chinese moon calendar birthday, James? Oh yeah.
I don't even have a traditional calendar.
Sure you do.
Let alone a moon calendar. Carla, in a week from today is your birthday.
That's correct.
You're turning 18 years old.
Shit, damn.
You're officially old enough to date Connor Rose.
Oh, God.
But all jokes aside,
yeah.
In addition to this Saturday night being Dave's birthday bash extravaganza, next Wednesday is Carla's birthday bash extravaganza. I've got some stuff planned, and you will not know. You're not going to know anything that happens until you get here on Wednesday.
I'm so scared.
You should be.
Yeah, I'm digging into my hands right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Birthdays are weird, James. You know.
Why are birthdays weird? Let's get this out of the way now because we're going to be partying too hard next Wednesday, Carla.
I don't know. I have lot of luck with birthdays, I guess.
Yeah.
That's probably
Well, somebody else had a bit of a wild birthday this year.
Who? Oh, right.
Yeah. You know what happened? You know what happened on my birthday? Well, I was in this show that ran way too long. There was a guest on the show hosting a segment that was really awkward and uncomfortable, so we kicked them off the show and brought their twin brother on instead. So here's the thing, Carla, from someone who's had
so much love into that show, James.
I love the video.
I
love the video.
Love that we just wanted to stretch it out.
Carla, can I tell you something?
We just want to link our virtual arms around you.
And I felt that.
You tight.
I felt that. And what I'm doing now is I felt so much love that I'm going to reciprocate it, and I'm going to extend my virtual arms into a virtual hug on this show next Wednesday. Can I tell you something else, Carla?
What's that?
Next Wednesday, you are never leaving the screen on the show.
No!
You're going to be on screen for the entire episode.
Oh, God.
Yeah. The full episode, you're going to be on the screen.
Can I wear a badge over my head?
No.
God damn.
No. And here's the thing.
Can I bring some, like, eggnog with rum?
Yeah, Monica's got a great recipe.
Sweet.
Great. So that's the deal. That's the big announcement. Earlier today, I said, Carla, what are we going to do on the show tonight, knowing fully what I had intended to do? This is almost like the first of many surprises for your birthday. Carla, can I ask how old you are turning? You're not 18. You're not turning 18, rather. I'll talk about how old I turned.
That's fine. Go ahead.
I turned 33, but my temperament isn't a day over 55. I think this segment is going really well.
Sorry, I just don't like talking about my birthday.
Now, here's the thing. You might not like talking about it, but next Wednesday, you're going to experience it.
I know.
Yeah. On screen the whole time.
This is gonna be something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Birthdays, it's always.
Well, James.
You know what? I think I might have told you this. I had one good birthday, and it was the year that I got Fluffy, my come here puppy, because she comes when you call and she loves you after all.
Yeah, you're just rocking back and forth in fear. You're doing the sleazy slump, I think.
No, it's not called a sleazy slump. It's called Carla's anxiety rock.
No, you're doing the stressful slump. I want to engage with the chat right now. Coming from Naive Adventures, 55 is generous. You're a 64-year-old man, grumpy, having to wait another year to retire. So there you go, Carla. You have a youthful exuberance unlike anything I've ever experienced, even in my youth.
Well, it's not really the okay, I'll tell you this. My age doesn't bother me. Getting older doesn't bother me. What bothers me is when I tell people how old I am and they go, "What?" That's what bothers me.
Now, what do you think that what is about?
Because they can't believe I'm as old as I am because I look young.
Yeah.
I still get carded.
Now, do you like that or do you dislike that?
It's annoying sometimes. Like, when I get singled out at a table, it's so annoying. It's like I'm there with all my friends. I'm the only person that gets asked. I'm like, what is this flipping, like, 18-year-old hanging out with all these older people? Maybe,
Carla?
But that's, I don't know.
Carla?
Yeah?
None of that's going to happen on Wednesday. It's going to be a good time.
I hope so, but I don't know what you have.
Well, here's the thing. You know about some of the stuff that I've got cooked up for David's birthday.
Well, yeah, and those are fun.
So knowing that, can you even begin to imagine what we're going to do for you on your birthday?
No. I can't imagine. I don't want to.
Look, this is why we're telling you now. This is why we're telling you now. We want you to get used to the idea that you are going to be celebrated. And by the end of the night, this coming Wednesday, you're going to be saying, James, I can't believe it. I got to work on my Carla impersonation.
It might happen. Sometimes I get a little too close to the mic and I peek and I don't know I'm doing it. So please don't. Wait, how? Oh, yeah, you missed it.
Your levels are fine. Your levels are fine.
Okay, thanks.
Carla, we're going to give you a great birthday.
Okay.
And the operative word is we.
Right, it's not just you.
No.
Keyword.
Oh, you better get ready. You better get ready. Let's get back on topic, though. Now that we're really eased into this segment, you're coming to us from a magical Christmas village. You're experiencing some beautiful Christmas piano jazz. Mm-hmm. What do you have on tap for the rest of the evening?
Well, yeah, like I said, I was gonna go down to the little village and kind of go around and see if anybody can give me some lodgings, because I've been sleeping outside in this makeshift tent I made.
And you know what they're gonna say? They're gonna say, "Hey, I just saw you on the at-home program with the angry-sounding guy. You got a birthday coming up. You can sleep on our couch. You know what? Take our bed. We'll sleep in the snow."
Wow, that's really generous.
Yeah.
Well, I got a lot of faith that people will take you in, because did you ever watch that young girl who rollerbladed all across America without a penny in her pocket, and she was able to lodge with a bunch of strangers out of the kindness of her hearts? They gave her food and shelter, and it was great. Yeah, she did really well. You can look it up.
Okay, so you feel optimistic that you'll be able to rest your head somewhere warm this evening.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I already had that whole experience back at the cult. That was a thing. I think I can handle anything after escaping them. So.
Well, look, we're hoping for the best for you, because you want to know what we need you to stay in good shape, because you're going to be here next Wednesday on your birthday episode.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. What if I don't show up what if I don't show up on Wednesday?
I can tell you what's going to happen.
What?
I'm going to ban you for a month. You have to let us celebrate. You have to let us celebrate you, Carla.
Ow.
You have to let us. But see, that's the thing. I don't want to do that. Because there's some people that have been banned.
Yeah. Really? Wait, I don't know about this.
Oh yeah, there's been a couple bannings.
Shit.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that must be before my time.
Oh no.
Really?
No, but we don't want to talk about bannings tonight.
Okay.
We're talking about birthdays tonight.
Oh God.
You were here thinking it's gonna all be all about the holidays.
Yeah.
Me and Monica, we already did the holidays. It's all about you, Carla.
I don't need it to be all about me. Why don't we celebrate everybody else? That's way more fun.
Look, everyone wants to, Carla.
I'm stoked to celebrate on Saturday. But yeah, Dave's birthday show, it's his birthday eve. His actual birthday's on the Sunday.
Yep.
Oh, Taylor. Oh, we definitely want to talk about bannings.
Yeah, coming in from the chat, I'll engage with that particular viewer after this segment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just want you to get settled with the idea that next week and next Wednesday is your special night.
Sure.
Yeah. And then after that, we'll do as much Christmas content as you want.
Okay, sounds good. I mean, yeah, I should hope so. I mean, we could do lots of wintry things. Oh my gosh, what about a snowman contest?
Yeah, we're going to do a snowman contest, and we're going to have Joe Conto's going to be back on the show. He's going to make the best snowman, and no one's going to vote for it. And then he'll be angry for 24 to 48 hours.
Don't remind me. Maybe I shouldn't appear on next Wednesday.
Yeah, I didn't realize the Halloween episode was going to be so controversial for everyone but me.
It's controversial, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was controversial. Carla, look, I think we've run out of time. I'm so glad to have given you the baking. No, you're not banned. Breaking programming news. I'm sorry that I surprised you, but we couldn't have you walk in next Wednesday cold.
Dave, help! Dave's in the chat. Hi, Dave. Dave, help! Dave, help! I'm being held birthday hostage, Dave. Please help me.
Carla, Dave can't help you.
Shit.
The only person that can help you is yourself.
God damn it.
Okay, Carla, thanks so much for tonight, and we'll talk soon.
Okay.
That's Carla Mah. There's Carla Mah. I've given her nightmares for the next 7 days. This upcoming Saturday, we celebrate Dave Kaufman's birthday, and a week from tonight, we celebrate Carla Mah's birthday. Part of me feels like it's vengeful after my birthday episode. Now I know why they gave me a birthday episode, because it's devilishly fun. I remember someone telling me once that I'm sinister, and now what began as kind of a perplexed response to that type of description, I've now really understood and embraced what they meant by that. Crass Crut, looks like I'm going to get banned. The answer is no. I'm not going to name any names as to who has been banned from this show. There's been bans that have been lifted. Okay, they've been lifted. But there are ways to get banned, and they're very, very peculiar and specific ways in which if I explained it, you'd go, what's wrong with this guy? But then if we sat down and I really explained it, you'd be like, you know what? This maniac has a point. So we'll leave it at that. Dave is in the chat right now. He's letting Carla know that it's going to be okay next week. And why wouldn't it be okay? Can't be worse than my birthday episode. My God, all the technical problems. Carmen, a segment that should have took 15 minutes is 35 minutes long, for God's sakes. She had that air horn that never worked. That air horn, that got banned from the show. The air horn has been banned from the show. So as we begin to wind down, Real Sid Rock, try bouncing your ring light off the wall to avoid overexposure. That's a great idea. I'm going to give this a try after the show, Sid. Because here's the thing. Sometimes I look a little yellow on this show. I've got like a urine-y hue. I don't want that. I want to look bright and shiny. I want to look like the best boy that I can look like. Guys, I've engaged with the chat tonight. First time in a long time. And I am so incredibly happy that I have done it. I'd like to think that I managed to do it nice, punchy. I managed to keep my tone. It wasn't one of these instances. I see these Twitch hosts and they're just, yeah. Okay, at Fart Blaster, that's awesome. I have been to Spain. I don't want to do that, okay? I really pride myself on smooth hosting. And I think I've done that tonight. I feel like we've done everything that we're going to do tonight. It's 9:58. Usually we go over because we start late. But we did it. I promised that we would start on time tonight. We did, 9 o'clock sharp. I can't promise that it's going to happen on Friday, but I hope you'll be here to find out. Tell your mom, dad, auntie, uncle, brother, sister, Grammy, Grampy. Tell your best friend. Tell your worst enemy to tune in live on twitch.tv/@home-with-James this upcoming Friday and, of course, Saturday for the Dave Birthday Bash. Until then, thank you so much for tuning in, subscribing, and following. I appreciate it, despite the tone of my voice. Until then, I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and be well.